All right. Travel Chronicles Chapter 57, continuation here. Where was I? I don't remember. I was talking about the presidential election, how he was trying to steer it towards Obamacare. Look, here's the other key takeaway, okay? Is that the president right now, look, all people who are supporting the president want is for him to just be a little bit quiet, right? Just let Biden just, screw himself when he's talking, because he's giving these answers, he's talking away from stuff. It's like all you got to do is pull it back on the question that's asked, explain how he didn't answer the question, how he wants to dance around the question, and how you're completely within your right to do stuff. I mean, he could have drilled him on so many different things, and I didn't see, I've just seen the highlight of one part. I watched the first 10 minutes and watched a highlight, but there was a question about coronavirus, and the thing that's hardly ever brought up is H1N1, the swine flu that happened in 2009 under Obama and Biden's watch, and he hit on it a little bit, but the big question there was, what did you guys do? And Trump could have handled it so easily and said, look, the virus that we were dealing with was coming from outside. And you saw the devastation in China. You saw what it was doing in Italy. You saw what it was doing in Europe. And it was coming this way. And we had to prepare for it. We couldn't just ignore it like you guys ignored the swine flu that took off here or in Mexico and here jointly and then spread to the rest of the world. And you guys didn't even acknowledge it. What task force did you have? You didn't do anything. You didn't prevent the spread of it. The estimates are over 500,000 people died from swine flu throughout the world. That happened on your watch. You're worried about 200,000 people dying here, domestically, that we were trying to control the flow in, and you let a virus flow out of the United States and affect over 500,000 people worldwide. So don't sit here and criticize me when you had the same opportunities. You did absolutely nothing. We did a ton of stuff. We stopped people from coming in here. We put travel restrictions up. We worked with the state governments to establish rules and guidelines of what they could do, how they needed to shut stuff down, and then reopen stuff. We worked with state, local, all the way through, all levels of government to try and one, contain the virus, and then two, recover the economy from the virus. You guys did nothing. You did absolutely nothing with H1N1. Not a thing. And the press buried it for you. So, coronavirus is here. You have to deal with it. This came from outside. There was no avoiding this. You wouldn't have had the benefit of hiding it like you did with somebody else and still letting 500,000 people die. Because that's what you did last time. So I would love to know how you would do it differently this time. Because if you would have been in control, 2 million people would have died here, because you would have done nothing. And that's what your past record says you would have done. And that's all you had to say. And that's the 2-minute answer, done. And the facts are pretty much indisputable because there was no testing for it. They don't have the live numbers to back it up. Of course it's all estimated. And that's what half the coronavirus numbers are estimated. Then you've got false positives that you're putting in because of all the testing they were doing. Just all he has to do is not talk as much, and he wins, hands down, going away. And he could just drill Biden on stuff. Dude, you were in politics for 47 years. You need 4 more to solve problems that you couldn't solve in 47 years. And it's like, that'll put you in public office for over half a century. And you want to drill me on my tax bill? I made that money privately, okay? How did you become a millionaire working for the government? That's the question you need to answer. How did you get all your money working for the government? Don't say I was writing a book either. When your son's on the board of a gas company in the Ukraine. It's right there for the pick. It's so easy. I would love, you know what I should do? I should just, whenever he asks a question, say my answer. without preparing at all. Just watching this thing unfold for the last 4 years. And then see what their answers are. And just like, why did you go so... because he wouldn't even... Okay, so Trump wouldn't even condemn white nationalists. I mean, that's right. And everybody's like, oh, that was a layup. All I had to do is say, of course I condemn white nationalists. I condemn Antifa too. You condemn Antifa, Joe Biden? Will you sit there and say that their actions need to be condemned? Because you're not writing a law to go after them and say they need to go to jail. I mean, it's a joke. So, yeah, of course I condemn it. He said, but he wouldn't say, and Joe, well, you said that you condemn Black Lives Matter? That would have been hilarious if they would have said that, but that wasn't going to happen. You condemn the rioters at these protests. But I got interrupted because I have to go get water for volleyball. Because here's what happened. I hurt myself. Right? Did I say that in the other part? Oh, I hurt myself yesterday. And I wasn't even like bent over. I was like half bent over, or like a quarter of the way bent over. I guess if you want to look at like if this was bent over, I was like this, and I just felt something right in my lower back. And the crazy thing is like you don't think about your lower back as being this stabilizing, important force when you're walking and stuff, but oh man, is it? Because now I feel like I'm walking like an old person, and it's all legs. Like my hip flexors are so tight, my calves. I feel like my posterior chain is incredibly tight still. So, tonight after the game, maybe just massage gun, stretch. There's no way I would have loved to have ran last night and restarted the 30-day ab stuff. Man, that's going to be like another week now before I can do that. So, all right, that's all I got. I got to go to the volleyball game. All right, be careful, stay COVID free, and see you later.